record some ambience and put it in this track.
Peace, 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 y'all. Peace. So, I'm in week 6 of my detox and it's kicking my ass this week. Um, I've seen like little fine rashes on my legs, um, more congestion coming out. Um, there's some like soreness in certain areas of my body, like I don't want to say like a whole lot, but like in my chest area, there's soreness there. There is something lodged in this area of my stomach, and I've always talked about it. It's really starting to be extra active. Uh, as you are on detoxing, please note like that we all have parasites. So a lot of times we're affected by parasiticals. We're wondering why we're thinking a certain way. We're wondering why we feel a certain way. And you guys, I'm going to tell you, it's parasites. I'm a pretty balanced woman, right? I think I do a very good job of balancing my emotions and things. I do go, um, I do speak to neutral people as far as counseling because I think it's healthy um, if you desire. Um, and I do a lot of things to balance my life out. And my goal this time was just to really detoxify, and then after that, hit that gym hard and start taking care of my physical vessel that's on the outside. I want to take care of the inside first, right? Let me tell you something, baby. Y'all see, like I still got a little bit of congestion, but I'm still kind of gaunt too. It's like a mixture of the mucus trying to come out, but then at the same time, me still dropping that fat because I do a lot of eating cycles where autophagy is a part of it. There's a cycle of long fasting before I start to eat. So me going to bed, say at like 10 o'clock, right? And I wake up at say like 6, 7, or 8, or 5. Sometimes it depends. Um, and that will change very soon. This is just me doing my detoxification. Um, when I wake up in the morning, I don't normally eat anything until about 12. So that's where my state of autophagy comes in at. So from 12 to maybe like 4 or 6 is when I eat, and then I stop eating. That right there is what we call that intermittent kind of fasting type of thing. But one thing I've also done, and I almost want to brand something like this because this is so dope. So this is like my baby parasite formula, right? That I've created out of other formulas that I have that made sense to me. I have these herbs strategically in my house, singularly, but I bought the complexes because I don't think I've quite mastered tincture making because I think you have to be very careful with the type of alcohols you make and glycerites if you're not using alcohol. So that process is something that I'm more than willing to learn and I'm going to learn, but I haven't learned yet. So this is a combination of things that kills adult and baby parasites. This is when I start feeling stuff. However, when you have parasites, you have to also do a heavy metal detox because that's where they hide. You get where I'm going? So with this, if you were to look at it, from what I made, it's green. Let me see if I can put a dot of it right here. It's green, right? Greenish brown. Because you gotta think there's wormwood and different stuff in there. It's very bitter. And anything bitter is great for the stomach. But also parasites hate bitter. That's why when you're having these sweet cravings, oh, I got a sweet tooth, I need to eat this cake or pie or whatever, those are your parasites talking. Like me yesterday, I was so emotional and couldn't understand why. It was almost like, I don't know if I think I cried. I cried a few times yesterday, and I was angry a few times yesterday. Why? Because these parasites are dying and they want to live in your body. They are your host. You've invited them into your house, not purposely, but you've invited them to your house. So when they're dying, they're upset and they're ready to cry. Don't kill me. No, I'm not ready to die. So again, they control thoughts. What happens? You're trying to figure out why you're emotional. You're trying to figure out why these rashes are coming up on your leg. Like for me, I had a rash on my leg. It has since now gone away, but that rash is the parasites. That's another elimination channel. That's one of our biggest elimination channels is our skin. Pimples, things like that. We eliminate through the skin. So these parasites are trying to keep their will alive. And if you're mad and you're angry and you're emotional as women, I can speak for men too. I'm a woman. I can only speak for myself. we tend to emotionally eat. So that is the control factor. Can you understand how manipulating that is to be an invader in your home and try to force you against your will to do something to keep that person alive? Imagine that. Whew. So yesterday I was real emotional. I ain't talked to nobody but my counselor. I did talk to my counselor yesterday. I ain't talked to nobody. My counselor was just like, you need to add those extra pieces of, reading the Bible more. And I know, I'm aware. You need to find a home, meaning a church. That part I'm kind of iffy about, because to me, some churches are very judgmental and people are judgmental, and I just want people to leave me alone sometimes. Hence the reason why I be in my little bat cave and I just be on my little journey on my own. But do I read the word? Yeah, of course I read the word. It's right here. I read the word. I'm not unhip to that, but yeah. And I told her I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. She's saying that's God wanting me to speak, to pray, and do those things. I'm aware. So there's a lot of transition going on in my life. It's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable right now. And because I feel so uncomfortable, it forces me to go within more and figure out what it is that I need to nurture myself, right? I'm no good to nobody if I'm not good to myself, and that thing is a parasite. So let's talk about this formula that I have. It does have like the quassia wood in there. It has the green walnut hull, which kills the babies, and the clove, which kills the babies. It has wormwood, black walnut, quassia. The one thing that sets this apart is the chelating ingredient, and for me, that is cilantro tincture. Cilantro kills the heavy metals in the body. It helps to remove the heavy metals from the body. So this has cilantro in there. I could have threw some spirulina in there, but what I try to do is I try to add those chelators and things into my smoothie. But this cilantro tincture is in here, which makes this green. But then that black walnut, the wormwood, the cloves, the anti-parasitics that are in here is what makes it brown and taste extra bitter. And cilantro ain't beautiful neither. So what I tend to do is usually I have a drink on me and I put this under my tongue sublingually. I hold it for a second, I drink it, and then I also follow that up with dragon's blood tincture as well. Then I try to kill those babies in the morning time, right? And then what I do is I'll go in with my formula. This is not labeled because I don't want to put labels on my own bottles. I know what they are. This is my colon formula, which has all the other things to kill the adults. I do believe in bulking to push those parasites out. And I have gotten that educational piece from Yaki, which speaks on the psyllium husk and the charcoal, the activated charcoal, the psyllium husk, and the bentonite clay. I had to order some more bentonite clay because I used it in my bath last, and it's en route. I have decided to, once this all comes in and I finalize this last week, because I'm almost feeling like I need to run another week, I'm also going to incorporate zeolites. Zeolites also pull heavy metals, and such as cadmium and arsenic and different things like that. So I'm gonna put zeolites, activated charcoal, bentonite clay, and psyllium husk together in a powder form, and I'm going to use that in bulk with that and to pass the parasites. But yeah, it's been a very, very emotionally draining week, you guys, to the point where I can feel it in my head. I have headaches. I'm not motivated. I'm constantly going to the bathroom, which is a good thing. And I'm just struggling with my emotional state. And we all know that these parasitics and parasites love uncleanness. That's where they stay. They stay in filth. Parasites are devils. They're basically demons. And we, not only are we at war with our bodies, we're at war with everything around us, right? Unfortunately. So staying in that pure state for me is important. And no one's perfect. We have to always work at it, right? So when you feel this level of die off and removing things that are not unnecessary, things happen. Depression is one of the main ones that happens during this detox to force you to go back to what you're used to. It's almost like relationships with people. You break up with somebody, you immediately start the process and you get depressed, and what do? Instead of really pushing forward, we and literally letting that breakup be a breakup, we go back to retaste it, to go back to depression again. Because guess what? We keep feeding the monster. The person we're not supposed to be with, that parasitic person that we're not supposed to be with, we keep feeding that monster because we start to miss them. The toxicity, it becomes almost addictive because when you're in that toxicity, you feed it sweet. It's in your body. You feed it what you want to feed it. It's a part of you. You're used to it. You're accustomed to it. You feed it what you want to feed it. And it is not, you will never get to your full potential by continuing to bring those parasitics into your body by consuming the foods that they accept to keep them alive and relationships, going back to the parasitic person and feeding them the fuel that they need to survive. People are parasites too. Don't get it fucked up, okay? It evokes so much thought in me about the nature of parasites. And sometimes the people that we mess with who are parasitic have parasites. So it's like, we're all these big parasites. I don't know, but how do we purify ourselves? How do we remove this demonic stronghold that keeps us stuck in perpetual cycles, right? You become depressed. What do you start doing now? Your house starts looking crazy because you don't have the energy or the gumption to clean it, right? That's what the parasites want. Live in filth. Live in disarray and confusion. Stay low. We love low vibing shit, right? Man, relationships. Let me argue it to death. Let me make you feel like you ain't shit. Y'all be thinking it's a challenge. No, bitch, it's not a challenge. It starts with you. And when you start to really work on yourself and you pull back, even when it hurts, same thing with parasitics. When you stop eating them sweets and you continue to take these chelators and things, even when it hurts, when they die, you start to see the real you. The goal is not to get to that point, baby. They don't want you there. Okay? And that's people too. Let me keep you low. Let me continue to argue at you. Let me continue to challenge you on all the shit you don't do. Baby, maybe I don't do that shit because I need to work on me. And yeah, we be working on us and they still nag us, right? Or you be working on ourselves and people will tell you all the reasons why you aren't enough, right? That's parasitic, baby. Get rid of the parasites. Start with you. Ooh, like I'm going through this right now. Like folks who's supposed to love me, right? I'm about to get emotional, so I'm trying not to. Will do anything to keep you low. I had an amazing opportunity to get presented to me. I was in agreement with my village on how I was going to do it. I was in agreement on my village on how I was going to do it. We agreed to it and everything. The moment I accepted the opportunity, my village said, I had to go back to the drawing board and start all over again. Parasitic people exist in your even though you have parasites inside your body that show you what this shit is. Real world will show you it too. Sometimes it be your own people, right? It's not about forcing a challenge in something. It's about really listening to yourself. And in that moment, when I had to remove an opportunity, it was absolutely amazing for me and had to start all over from zero. I learned that it starts with me, right? I don't think y'all get that. It starts with you. Stop going back to parasitic people thinking they're going to help you. Stop going back to parasitic people because they treat you nice. But in the long haul, when shit really going down, they treat you like you ain't enough because they want to keep you low. Just like parasites in your body. In order to get rid of them, you have to exclude the things that feeds them. And sometimes it just, in relationships, it be yourself. And inside your body, those parasites that live inside you is the things that you consume. What are you consuming mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally? Oh, that makes me emotional. See, I've been emotional because these parasites, look, they are at war with you. Just like people in your life be at war with you. The ones who really love you don't be at war with you. But they challenge you in the best ways. They challenge you in the best way to let you see that you're enough, to keep going. Sometimes as messed up as it is, you gotta do it for yourself. Stop letting these toxic things back into your life, whether that's the food you eat by allowing those toxic things to survive in your body, aka parasites, or people who continue to show you time and time again that they not worth your time. It's lonely, yes. It'll have you question all types of things. Oh my God. Am I worthy? Maybe it's tough love. Maybe that's why they treat you like that. Bullshit. It's not tough love. Sorry, y'all. It's bullshit. That's not tough love. Real love gonna listen to you. Real love is gonna have that conversation with you to evoke thought. Not argue at you to evoke thought to go back to that parasitic mindset that person will put on you. A parasite needs a host. You are their host to cling to. Right? People are like that. A lot of people are like that. Know your tribe. Parasitic people don't belong in your tribe. And they sure damn well don't belong in your body. So stop second guessing yourself. Stop going back to shit that you're not supposed to be into. Stop all of it. Love yourself enough to work on you. You are your biggest project. And I keep saying that. You are your biggest project. You know, people want to keep you from working on that project. I need you to do something for me. Oh, I'm having a long bad day. Can you come and support me through this? Yeah, it depends. Are you trying to drag me back into your bullshit so you can keep me here? And use me over and over again? Oh boy. I've been through that vicious cycle so many times that I have to often wonder if I'm a scapegoat for people's unwillingness to heal. Right? It started with me at this point. I said, nah. I literally had, like I said, that beautiful opportunity. And in that beautiful opportunity, my village made me feel bad for taking it. Make that make sense? I'm mad at you for choosing to do better for yourself, but you should be mad at me, and you're not. See, you're not. You learn to love yourself enough not to let that energy affect you, right? You're not mad at me, so I'm going to talk down to you and tell you how I think you're this, and that, hoping that will invoke anger, right? Nah, baby. You can talk about all the things you think I am, but when you know who you are as an individual, it doesn't affect you, right? Speak life into yourself. People who want to keep you low are going to speak all types of death in your ears. Some of it don't even make sense. It's lies. And you just be like, really? That person don't love themselves, right? So of course they're going to try to devalue you to keep you low so that you can stay in their energy so they can have something to entertain. Same thing with parasites. Eat them sweets. Eat them carbs. We need to bulk up. We need that shit. Nah. I'm gonna make you angry. I'm gonna make you feel a certain way. Eventually you gonna fall to my desire of wanting this, and you're gonna take it, and I'm gonna be still in your body, harassing the fuck out of you. And I'm gonna keep pooping out all these babies, and we're gonna keep living in this house as a house party. I own you. Most people want you to feel like they own you. Even people who gotta control you. Yeah, I manipulated that shit. I made that motherfucker come back. He ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Parasites the same way. They ain't about to keep doing this shit. Watch me change the mood. Let me say something crazy. Let me make her feel some kind of way to make her evoke thought and be reminiscent on how sweet them sweet candies and potatoes and pies taste. This is what parasites do. You think people don't do the same shit? Stay focused on you. Do not go back to the all you. You gotta grow through this shit. That's parasites, which could be people. Y'all think, oh, she's so toxic, but she love me. Nah, bitch. She don't love you. Sorry, see the toxic parasite made me say bitch. She don't love you. She loves having you as their host. Let me sink my teeth back into that motherfucker. Let me suck your blood. Let me take in that semen. Let me suck you dry of all your happiness so I can bring you back down to being low, because we know you're really not working on yourself. All the counts in the world, you still stuck because I'm here with you, keeping you stuck. This lonely road ain't that bad once you really figure out what these people doing. This cleansing route ain't that bad once you realize what your little guess inside of you trying to do to control and manipulate you. We have to work on ourselves as much as it hurts. People and things, places, whatever, like parasites. They are the devil, honey. Like, this cleanse has taught me so much. As bad as I feel right now, I want to be in the place of depressants. But then there's the other piece of me that says, tidy up your home and clean up your temple. Which one do you think I'm going to go for now that I've been working so hard on myself these past few weeks, 6 or 7 weeks? I'm going to work on tidying up my shit. I'm going to put some fresh linens on my bed that I just washed. I'm going to spray them down with some floral essences. I'm going to clean my floor and clean my surfaces, deep shampoo my rugs. I'm going to take care of my temple as well as the temple that I live in. I'm going to go outside and actually clean my car today. Clean up. Work on yourself. Stop allowing parasitic things to control you. Oh, I feel that itch right here too. See, they're here. They don't want me to talk about it, but know that these parasites are in connection with staying stagnant and not allowing you to grow, right? So yes, this is Brandy signing off. This is week 6 of my detox. Baby, I think I'm going to keep pushing, because this right here has been the hardest week for me. But has also forced me to say, nah, today you go. You getting the fuck up out my house today. I don't care how emaciated I look right now. I don't care. I need you out. So I'm going to keep going through my autophagy. I'm going to keep juicing my juices. I'm going to continue to feed my body with the chlorophyll and the heavy metal detoxifiers to remove those heavy metals out of my system. I'm going to continue to hit these deals with these damn anti-parasitics for the babies and the adults. Y'all got to get up out my house. And any parasitic person who comes in my life starting some shit or telling me what I am and what I'm not, pardon my French, if there's kids, close your ears. Fuck y'all. Okay? Respectfully. I deserve better. And I'm going to continue to do better. And when I say work on myself, that ain't about being to myself, being reclusive and not talking to people. This is really me doing the work. I'm about to go juice these juices. I'm about to go drink my infused waters. We'll talk about that if need be. I got one more package of geogenetic juice. That's my morning thing. I'm going to drink my herbal teas. I'm going to get in my sauna. I'm going to get rid of all this excess mucus that's still coming out. I'm going to take care of myself. That's what going inside and being to yourself and working on yourself looks like. It's not about self-discovery. Is not about being alone. What are you discovering? What are you working on? And for me, it's about removing the parasites on all accords that live in my temple and live outside of my temple. Y'all don't deserve to be here. Okay? I know it's not the usual conversations I be having, but we all go through life changes and we have to challenge ourselves, right? Stop vibing low. Stop allowing people who vibe low to control you, okay? To keep you low. In order to elevate, you gotta take care of yourself, baby. And that means sometimes being alone and finding out what you need to do that work. So yeah, it's been a really extremely trying week for me. It has been emotional. It has been painful. But I know it's for the best. Y'all gotta believe that. Stop going to toxic people, man. Stop revisiting those toxic relationships. You deserve better. Sometimes it be your own family, man. Work on you. This is a hard video, man, but somebody needs to hear it. Sorry. Somebody needs to hear it. Working on yourself, man. It's lonely, yeah, it's fun. It's depressing. Oh God, especially when you end up doing the parasite thing. It's so depressing because they're trying to stay and they're trying to control your mind. So long as you know that that's not really your true emotions, and you push through, even with people who keep this, push through the noise, right? And freely work on yourself. On the end of that light you don't see, at the end of that tunnel, you're going to see it and it's going to shine so bright. And you're going to be all right. Leave all that shit behind, man. Even when it hurts, leave it behind. Even when you say, damn, my village ain't here, I ain't got nobody to tell me. Like, you'll be fine. Just keep pushing through it. Stop bringing people back in just because they can help you. There's something that goes along with that help sometimes, and sometimes it's not healthy. That codependence can be easily manipulated into control. Like, don't let nobody allow you to feel codependent on them. Yeah, it's hard to do it on your own. Yeah, I'm doing it now. Like, I don't have that support, but I know I have me. I'm my biggest support. I'm my biggest cheerleader, and I have my son who, even though I'm a single parent, I'm doing it on my own. It'd be hard. Oh, it'd be hard. I just continue to pray through not needing that codependence and finding other alternative routes to make sure that we are both taking care of while I go through this process. I refuse to go back to the people who keep me low, right? I refuse to allow people just because they know, they think that you need them. I refuse to go back to the people who feel like you need them for help. Because you feel like in your codependence you do need them because you're alone. The right people will never treat you like that. I know that all too well, right? I have been codependent on the people who I thought about village for a while because I've been doing it alone for a while. But what I'm learning now is not alone. It's not that bad. I just have to make another plan. And in this self-love journey, remove the noise. The people who think, oh, they need me, they'll be back. Nah. Count your blessings, goddammit. I don't need to be back. I need to be back to who I am as a woman. You will not continue to keep me low. And people like that don't deserve to be in your life. I don't care how much they help you. Find the people who love you enough to help you and not judge you in ways that makes you feel low. There's a difference, right? You're not going to keep arguing and nagging me to death and telling me I'm a horrible person and telling me all these things that I know I'm not. Like, that's different, right? So know your people and continue to work on yourself, right? Love yourself enough. You know how many times I've been back through these vicious cycles because I think these people love me? Multiple times. It stops today, right? Yeah. Learn to work on yourself enough where you don't need people to push and tell you how you need to live your life. Take the advice. But that's not always love. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people want you to take their advice, and they'll be the biggest ones that have advice. The ones who want to keep you low or keep you where they are or keep them with you, they will keep you low the most because they want to control and manipulate how you live in your life. And if they can't, they get angry. It's just disgusting. And they'll tell you everything you know. Be careful of those people. Those are not your tribe. That's not what we call tough love. Listen to the words and how they speak it. Tough love will challenge you in a way. And yeah, it be tough, but it's different, right? And until you embrace and understood that, you'll never understand it. I do give tough love. I do. But not in that way. Um, there's a time and a place for it, right? It's how you deliver the message. And just because someone doesn't deliver the message right away doesn't mean that the message won't be given. Yeah. So with that being said, work on you. Stop thinking that people are going to save that part of you. It starts with you. All that criticism, who gives a fuck? Work on yourself. You, again, are your biggest cheerleader. Yes. Sometimes you gotta do it alone. Sometimes your tribe is really as toxic as fuck and you don't realize it until you really go deep in. And sometimes we go back thinking that it's out of love, and then we go back into this place. It's just a yo-yo. I'll go back. I need to be alone again. I need to go back. I need to be alone again. You know how many times I've done that with my village? Nah. It's the last time I bounced that yo-yo and it stay up here. It's gonna drop, baby. You don't get that luxury of treating me like this. Thinking I'm gonna keep going back because you talking all this out of tough love. No, that ain't tough love. That's bullshit. Okay? How you deliver your tough love, how you send that message out it's important. I don't need another mother or father. I need a partnership. Real partnerships thrive on perseverance, respect. And granted, yeah, we go through things where we might disrespect ourselves sometimes out of the lack of love that we have for ourselves, right? But respect and honor is completely important. Evoke that thought. Like, it calls you to evoke thought. Like, what am I really doing at times? Yes. But sometimes we like to, in our parasitic minds, vibe low. We like to do different things, but what's the overall agenda, right? And for me, a lot of my overall agendas is just partnership. Group effort, love, devotion, time that's meaningful. Like, that's different than control, right? You want the best for yourself just as much as you want the best for the people around you. So when somebody is fucking up or treating you in a way that maybe you don't like, yeah, we want to see who you are. We want to understand why you're wired the way you are before we make those discussions, right? It doesn't make us docile. It doesn't make us, ooh, whatever you like. It don't make us none of that. It just, we want to get to know you, especially if you do. And when you evoke thought, we do it out of respect and love and honor in a way that makes you evoke thought on your own, where it's not forced. I had decided to do this parasite cleanse. I decided not to fall short and go back to what I know to bring those parasites back in. Yeah, I'm emotional. Yeah, I'm a lot of things. But what am I going to do different this time that I didn't do last time to force me to go back and do it again? That's a big step. It's cutting out that noise. And you think about some of the scriptures in the Bible, like how hard some people had to fight to get to where they were, and the challenges. Yes, I get it. God is, yeah, like I get it. But the process, when it comes to yourself, like, what are you doing? That person who controls you ain't God? Well, we are of God, but you are a God, right? How do you control yourself? God? You know what I'm saying? It starts with you. I think that's my message. Everything around you is noise. until you decide to preserve it and use it as your own, and you take it and you use that and you better yourself because you chose to do that. Because it evoked thought and it made you really think, maybe I need to change. It doesn't start with an argument. That shit, to me, it's gonna be vicious because that's not even about love. It's about control. Because as moment they get that way with that, it's gonna be something else. And they think, oh, since I don't argue that much and you coming back, then I'm gonna keep arguing. Same thing with parasites. It's because I made you depressed and wanted you to eat that sugar. You ate that sugar. Well, I'm just gonna keep making you feel depressed. We don't want to die. We don't want you to be wholesome. We're gonna keep evoking thought. In the worst way. Keep you low. So don't think that because you're right. Yeah, I shouldn't have did this. Yeah, I shouldn't have did that. And you go back to that toxic person who done argued you down about what you ain't good at doing. Challenge accepted. That's what's up. You don't think 3 to 6 months down the line, that narcissistic, gnarly bastard ain't gonna find something else to argue at you about? Because it worked the first time? It's a cycle. Just like parasites, it's a cycle. What do they need? Fuel. What do they need? To make you feel emotional. What do they need? For you to feed it again. What do you need? Oh, and I got what I needed. Producing babies, producing more. Now I got you in a clink. Now you got to work harder to get out of this. You think relationships are any different with toxic people? No. I'm going to leave it right there. I want y'all to think about that. Are you feeding love or are you feeding a whole fucking parasite? What type of entity are you dealing with? What type of entities exist on this planet? A lot. You think it is all out of positivity. Ooh, she wants the best for me. He wants the best for me. No. Sometimes, yeah, but most of the time, no. It's about how I can control the situation to keep you low, to stay in my orb. You mine, motherfucker. You ain't going nowhere. I'm your host. I'm your parasite. Nobody wants a relationship to feel like a parasitic cycle. You want relationships to feel like the life cycle of growing things. Yeah, they're gonna be weeds. Fuck yeah, there's gonna be weeds in that garden. Yeah, the soil might need some nutriment. Alright, feed it. Feed it. Hey, you know, I see it that you, example, you have a personality trait that you like to do this. However, have you thought about maybe trying this? So we're pulling the weeds. Gently. To evoke the thoughts. That plant gonna grow however it wanna grow. But when you start to pull the weeds and they're listening, and then they're like, okay, and they start to talk, so now you're nurturing it, so now you're adding in the minerals. Or you're still slowly pulling those weeds. You're cultivating, right? The bees are starting to come around and suck on the sweet nectar of these flowers and these budding things, and things start to grow, right? Now this person or this plant starts to thrive in its environment, right? Because the environment thrives and lives for that plant. Right? So it starts to grow, it starts to understand that, hey, this environment is a lot better than this weeded one. Oh, I'm starting to clear up now. Things aren't choking me. I feel more alive because things are being fed to me that are supposed to help me grow. Right? Nothing's choking me. Oh, there's more weeds. Hey, let's talk about this. Water. Sun. God. Those are the relationships you want. We don't want these shitty ass relationships where you gotta, oh, well, you not doing this? Fire torch. You not doing this. You not doing that. Devil's motherfucking breath. Done burnt the whole fucking garden down. Weeds and all. Then you're like, fuck that. Let me get it back. So you crawling through the dirt and you're trying to get that layer of shit you burnt down. I want my person back so I can control them more. Clean slate. Put that person back in the ground, that seed back in the ground, hoping that it's gonna grow again, right? You don't kill every nutrient out there. Guess what's deep down beneath that dirt that you just destroyed on the top layer? There's still weeds. So you put that plant back in there, and now the weeds come up again. There's no nutrients. Now you back in barren soil. That bitch ain't growing. What relationship would you rather have? You want the one that pulls the weeds and listens? Do you want the one who adds the nutrients to help you grow, helps you evoke thought? And do you want the one who waters you properly and that's that sun beam down on you like the most beautiful light you've ever seen, because they believe that is who you are? They see something in you that you don't seem to see in yourself. That's the relationship you want. Evoke thought. Don't force me to do shit. I don't need no fire on my garden. We're not growing there. It's difference. I just had to. This video done got 41 minutes in, but look. Love those who nurture you. Don't love those who cause firestorms and make you have to grow and start over again, and keep you low. No minerals grow on that terrain. The fuck, bitch. Yeah, I might sprout out, but I might go right back in or die because I don't have anything to feed me, and the weeds are still there. But the ones who love you, the weeds are still there, and they will pull them out because they pay attention. That's not being docile. That's listening and paying attention. There's nothing wrong with listening. Get to know somebody and love them as they are, but at the same time, you help them grow through that difference. We talk to counselors, they're going to be like, well, you need to do that, you need to do that. Counselor be like, so why do you feel that way? What makes you process it the way you process it? You ever thought that maybe blah, 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 blah? Or maybe blah, 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 blah. Well, you ever tried blah, 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 blah? That's love. People pay for that because people are trained to do that. But the people who really love you will do that. Out of love, not control. So I'm going to leave that alone. Parasites trying to control me all the way around. And just stay positive, y'all. And I think this message will help somebody. A lot of y'all. Y'all dealing with parasites. Whether they're human or the internal inside of us trying to control us and take over our beautiful will. So keep pushing, y'all. Don't give up. I'm about to go drink my juice, drink my herbal teas, and God bless you. Peace.